Well, this is every home brewer's worst nightmare. Let me zoom in a bit and we'll get on with it. We'll do the deed and then go inside and we'll talk about this. It's a real heartbreaker. That's 10 gallons of what should have been a great IPA. Literally down the drain. Let's go in and chat. Well, clearly that was a bust on a couple different fronts. First, I want to talk about the Kveik yeast. I used that because I was in a hurry to get another batch done before a big day of barbecuing and golf and summer play. And so I picked that because all you read about are fermentations done in 3 days, 3 hours, you name it. Not my experience at all. This beer took a long time to start. It puttered along for the better part of 3 weeks. I kept the temperatures at 82 degrees to 90 degrees, which is in the range of where the suggested fermentation temperatures are, but it just didn't work. Now, I'd like to ask some questions. Those of you who have used it, what else did you do to maybe help it along? I deliberately underpitched, because you see a lot of that. I did not use any yeast nutrients, and you do see quite a bit of discussion around that. I did, however, give it a good oxygenation of straight O2 through my O2 stone, and so at least that was done right. It just, to me, was a big mystery. So any advice or input on Kveik yeast, I'd love to hear it. Secondly, and more to the point for the broader audience, clearly this infection problem, it can happen. If you watch my channel, you know I brew a lot of beer, have a lot of pride in my system, a lot of really disciplined processes and procedures, but somehow this one got away from me. So what am I going to do about it? Well, first things first, I took everything apart and gave it a good clean through PBW. Took the better part of half of a day getting all that taken apart and cleaned out as good as possible. The next stage will be to put it all back together, configure it in the brewing setup, and just pump some boiling water through it. Basically do a brewing cycle without any work, just with boiling water. The other thing is, once that's done, is definitely a good soak in Star San. And I took the likely culprits where this may occur, one of them being the plate chiller here, and went ahead and took apart the ball valve here because ball valves are notorious for stuff collecting in them. So if you have a lot of ball valves in your system, you might want to check that. As it worked out, the one I took apart, it was kind of gunked up. I cleaned it okay, but man, it still didn't look very good, so I actually replaced it with this one. I'll go ahead and make sure to tend to all the hoses. I mean, this problem can occur anywhere. And then for sure the conical itself. So I'm going to close with saying I think the real source of the problem I had as far as the infection contamination went in this batch was that I was just in too much of a hurry. I quickly had transferred out of the fermenter the last 10 gallons of Pilsner. I was trying to rush in to get this one done, get it started so it would ferment by the time the big party day was here, and I guess I just missed something. So if nothing else, learn from my mistake. We all know it. We all know we need to clean. Sometimes cut a corner here or there, get a little lazy, and that opening scene of this video is what can happen. And that was just a heartbreaker. So anyway, learn from my mistakes. Help me with the Kveik yeast if you could, and we will catch up with you later. Thanks so much.